I'm here with Debbie. We want to discuss some huge developments. The Supreme Court decision just out, 5-4, with Justice Roberts joining the three liberals. But essentially, the Supreme Court leaves intact, leaves in place this incredible Texas law. The law, I believe, is called SB 8. And what does it do? It essentially outlaws abortion beyond 6 weeks. And it allows citizens of Texas to file lawsuits against people who help procure an abortion. So the doctor who performs it, the nurse who assists, the clinic that facilitates it, even someone who drives you to the abortion. It essentially makes abortion impossible, with very rare exceptions, beyond 6 weeks. And so Texas has found a way to, you may almost say, strike down Roe versus Wade before the Supreme Court does anything. And the Supreme Court has said, for now, okay. Debbie, what do you think about this? I mean, this is huge. I mean, think about it. Since 1973, in no state in the Union have you been able to, in any meaningful way, restrict abortion until now. And as of today, I mean, clinics have basically shut down. There were long lines a couple of days ago because they knew that the law was going into effect. This is an issue on which, well, number one, you've kind of shifted position over the years. Talk about that.
Yeah, so when I was in college, I guess I've always been a Republican, but I considered myself more of a pro-choicer, and not in the way that you might think of a pro-choice person, like advocating abortion. I certainly did not advocate abortion. I knew it was murder, so I did not advocate for it. However, I also did not want to do anything to stir the pot. In other words, if a woman wanted to have an abortion, I felt like it was her business to have one. I was not going to,
What changed your mind?
What changed my mind? So when I was 28 years old, with my first husband, got pregnant and had a miscarriage at about, I would say, 7-8 weeks. But before I had that miscarriage, I was having a lot of issues. And before I had that miscarriage, I saw the baby's heartbeat. So I immediately knew that there was a beating heart inside of me.
I mean, pause, because the reason this is significant, I think, is because 6 weeks is in fact the boundary set by the Texas law.
Right, but it's called the heartbeat bill because it means that at a heartbeat, and I want to tell you that even before 6 weeks. So anyway, so I saw the baby's heartbeat before the 7 weeks, right? So unfortunately, I did lose that pregnancy, and I felt the loss like I would have felt for any child that I would have had. Then fast forward a little bit later, I got pregnant again, and I was having issues again. I thought I was having a miscarriage, and this was between 5 and 6 weeks of pregnancy, which is really about the time when you miss a period, right? But I knew I was pregnant immediately, and so I was having a lot of problems. I went to the emergency room, and my then doctor, who's a friend of mine actually, performed a ultrasound, and I saw Justin's heartbeat between 5 and 6 weeks gestation. And so, she said, look at your baby. And you could see, like, it looked like a little butterfly just going, tick,
a little flutter.
Tick, tick. A little flutter is what she called it. She said, no, the baby's okay. The baby's alive. So I immediately just, this whole pro-choice thing was out the window immediately because I knew that there was a life growing inside of me. And for me to think that it's okay for a human being to end the life of another human being because of inconvenience was
think of
horrific.
the dishonesty of the phrase, reproductive rights, because the truth of it is you've already reproduced. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
The reproduced being exists and is in fact genetically distinct. It's inside of you, but it's not the same as you.
Exactly. So I think that is the reason why I became so impassionate with the pro-life movement. And I got back into politics. I was a political science major, and I kind of lost my way a few years there having children. But then in about 2008, I got involved with the Republican Party again. And in 2013, Texas, leave it to Texas, the Trailblazers here in this, had what was the first restrictive anti-abortion law in the country, and that was that you could not have an abortion after 20 weeks. So this was met with a lot of resistance, and it reminds me really of the people that are right now at the Capitol having
we have a short clip. We're gonna take
Oh,
a moment
yes,
and
yes,
watch
yes.
it. This is a clip of a group of people demonstrating outside the Texas State House. Listen.
Hands up, everybody! My body is my own! Hands up, everybody! My body is my own!
My body is my own. Well, keep your body, really.
Your body is your own.
You
That's
can keep it-
true.
You can keep your body. But, and another thing really that just appalled me is the fact that they say that we're the hateful people, that we're the racists, when in fact, we want their unborn babies to live. If we were racist and we were hateful, don't you think we would kind of look the other way and let them do what they do? But
And there are some
right?
people who have a kind of a eugenic justification for abortion, which is we
Right.
don't want to support anybody. Let's
Right.
let them take care of the
Right.
problem this way.
Right. So why do we care so much about these bohemians having children? You would think if we were that hateful that we wouldn't want more bohemians in this world, right? But that is not the case.
One of the hashtags that I'm
So-
seeing on social media, which I think is really interesting, they're trying to demonize the right, and their hashtag is American Taliban. Now,
Oh,
there is
oh.
one point I want to make about this because we think, oh yeah, the Taliban's against abortion, we're against abortion. Wait a minute. First of all, the Taliban is not against abortion. You know what the Taliban wants? They're against abortion for Muslim women. Why? Because they want more Muslim babies born into the world. The Taliban is delighted to see Western women abort their offspring. So if you want to know if the Taliban supports your right to abort, they actually do.
They encourage it.
I mean, it's a little bit like the Nazis.
yes.
Hitler was not pro-life. Hitler was pro-life for Nordic German women.
Right,
Hitler
right.
wanted everybody else to abort their kids.
Yeah, they don't want children. They don't want Christian children or secular children.
They're not in principle for life.
Exactly. No. They want more Muslims in this world. For
And then
sure.
here's Jeffrey Toobin, by the way. He's been CNN's point man on
no.
this issue.
Oh,
And
no.
he says that doom is coming for Roe v. Wade. I think the genius of the Texas law, I have to say, is it's an end run around Roe v. Wade because it's not state action.
Yes, and can we give kudos to Senator Brian Hughes from Texas State Senator Brian Hughes and Texas Representative Shelby Slauson for that brilliant heartbeat bill.
Yeah, I'm going to talk
amazing.
probably tomorrow and then maybe the day after or Monday about the genius of the law
Oh.
and how it's set up in a way that the Supreme Court could, whatever it decides in the Mississippi case this fall, the Texas law, I think, will still stand. And it could be that other Republican legislatures, and they should be taking a hard look because they should be passing these kinds of laws right now, right away. And this could well be a second way, quite apart from the Supreme Court, to kind of, you may say, put a nail in the coffin of Roe v. Wade.
Amen to that.